success early on, especially, comes from running quite hard. Right? Most people got their first level of success from going fast, doing things or doing more of than other people, and being consistent with that. But after a while, it kind of runs out. Thinking more about seven-figure advisor, and what it's really all about is not business at all. One of the biggest concepts I talk about is the diamond of success. Now, diamond of success sounds corny, so like a bad movie title or something. And that's part of the point of it. So you can remember it. So it sticks in your mind. It's not about being fancy. It's about thinking in a certain way. The diamond of success for me is about being committed to the best version of yourself as you can be as a business person, but also not letting it impact other parts of your life, or at least being aware of what that impact could be and what intentionally you're doing. My commitment of helping 100,000 advisors over the next 3 years, and doing it in helping advisors on that seven-figure journey and beyond without sacrificing family and health, is the highest level way to think about it. The diamond gives you a framework to think within. Think about 4 points for diamond. 1 point you have business, 1 point you have family and relationships, so your most important relationships, and 1 point you have health, which is physical, mental, and emotional. Those things are health. And then at the last point in the diamond, let's say the bottom of the diamond, you have contribution. And that can mean a few different things. It's how you give back, either through your business, separately from that, impact your community. Maybe it's your contribution is to your extended family. Maybe it's different than that for you. Maybe it's philanthropic impact. Maybe it's spiritual. It could be all those things. So there's 4 areas: business, relationships, health, and contribution. And it should be that your business goals you set out are complementary to the other areas. And what typically can happen is that someone pushes in business, and look, we know that success early on, especially, comes from running quite hard. Right? Most people got their first level of success from going fast, doing things or doing more of than other people, and being consistent with that. But after a while, it kind of runs out, right? And you're trying to push more on that accelerator. And what happens is that the diamond gets misshapen, and it doesn't look like a diamond at all anymore, because it's pushing too far in one direction, and meaning it impacts other areas. And so typically it's like you push hard on your business and you're not getting the results that you want. You're not getting the scalability. You're spending more time on it, and then it impacts your most important relationships. And that's when people either go one or two ways. So they keep pushing, make it worse, and break relationships, or they settle and say, I can't do it. I don't know what to do. I will go back to, taking themselves emotionally out of their business and just coasting along, so they're not impacting the most important relationships. And that's good and all, because you're not going to regret spending more time with your most important relationships. I think there's a bunch of research out there. Certainly if you Google it, and you Google question, what do people regret most on their deathbed? It's going to be not spending enough time with their most important relationships. That's it. When it comes down to it, that's what humanity is about. It's spending time with people that are most important to you. That's not to say that your business is not without merit. There's a necessity perhaps to some of it. There's also a commitment to what it could be, the impact you could have, and the legacy you could leave. And think about that, what that could mean to the people that you love, and the wider impact. Ultimately, we do things to become something, like the next version of ourselves. We do something, we go, wow, that's how I think about myself now. Like I see myself, I did that. I've got evidence to prove that I'm that person I wanted to be. And it's not that you're not enough based on where you are already. That's not really what that's about. It's saying that, look, human nature is to explore, expand, and go on adventures, and take yourself to that next place. That progress feels awesome to do. And sometimes there's an imbalance, right? I've been reminded of this a lot recently, that balance is not a stationary thing. I think about those old things you used to see on the internet, pictures of elephants balancing on balls, like circus balls, and they're just like, oh, I've got the balance. But of course, if that was a real elephant on a circus ball, that'd be a challenge for a start. But if it was, it would be the elephant would be moving about a lot, trying to retain that balance. Balance is not a stationary thing. And my coach and mentor, Rich Campy, refers to it as dynamic equilibrium. And so you're constantly moving around. On the whole, you could describe it as balance, but the actual act of it is a dynamic equilibrium. You're moving in particular areas. So if you are focusing your business for a sprint, particular reason to get something over the line, that intensity is really helpful to push to that next level. You could say, look, I'm going to be away. I'm going to be away to do this thing to your family, to your spouse. And I'm doing it because I believe that the trade is worthwhile. The difference here is intention. I'm about to go see some clients in the Pacific Northwest in a couple of weeks here. Never been over to that part of the world before. I'm excited to do that. But that's not what the trip's about. It's seeing some clients that are really important, people that I know that I have a ton of value to. I get a ton of value from working with them. I really like them as people, and I know that there's a business opportunity which will follow as well. And I'm going to be away from my girls for 5 or 6 days, and that's not nothing. That's a consideration. That you've got to be really intentional about the trade that we're making. That's a big piece of what the 7-figure advisor is just saying, what am I doing today such that I must be where I am at, regardless. And being there, it's kind of trite to say that you want to be present, but practically speaking, what does that mean? Just this week, 2 advisors, one yesterday, based in New York, he was about to go on vacation for a few weeks, so he's excited about that. But he's also at work on a Wednesday morning, and not really clear about what he wants to get done that day. And so we just did get clear about what he must do before he's out of there until he goes on vacation. And there's a couple of things, which mainly meant talking to his team, make sure they were set up in the right way. And he's like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna do that. And then as soon as we're done with our call today, I'm going back to my kids. And just this morning, I spoke with a client who we changed things around a little bit because of the holidays season. We're in July as I record this. And he said, oh, I forgot that we moved the call. I'll be on in a minute. And I text him back to, look, do we need to skip? He said, well, I'm about to. He said, well, no, I'm in vacation mode. So, well, you should be in vacation mode if you're on vacation. Go and have breakfast with your daughter. That's priceless. That's what the diamond is about. It's the intention of it. Now, conversely, I do have some clients that, one particular client who was recently on vacation with his wife and daughter. So, look, I really love in the times where I'm on vacation, getting up at 6 and working for an hour. I feel like that really puts me in a good place for the day. It's his boot up, it's his workout almost for the day. And it's the intention of it. Then he can go be free to give himself that space. And so that's what it's really all about in living the life on your terms, is really be intentional of it. And my hope is that we use some of these frameworks and concepts so you can put yourself in that, use the best practices, see yourself in other people, listen to the stories. Stories is how we learn, stories is how we remember things. This application of those in our life is really important. So my hope is that you'll listen, watch, take some things. Maybe it's just a tiny little thing, right? Maybe it's just a tiny little thing you plant in and you don't even use it straight away, but it's in there. And it's something which takes your life to where you want to get to. And just remember, look, you're in charge. You've got it. Let's go be 7-figure people, right? Not just in the money. It's not about the money. It's a proxy. It's about an attitude and a perspective of thinking about the most important things in your life and what you can create and making the world a net better place.